Hey Brixheads, Scott with 36 Brix here, and this is my city. Let's check it out.
Hey, G Monkey, how's it going? Hope you are doing well. Hello, 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 everybody. Hope everybody is doing awesome. I am doing pretty good. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just making sure. As always, it never fails. Every time I jump in here, there's an update, and a lot of times when there's an update, uh, sounds good. Cool. A lot of times when there's an update, everything gets changed, and it takes me a minute to manipulate everything back to the way it was and all that kind of fun stuff. So that's why I always do sound checks and mic checks and all that to make sure you guys can hear me and everything is 5x5. So hope everybody is doing awesome. Cheers to everybody that is here. It's this guy again. I know, right? And I mean, Matt, you have yet to private message me. If it was anybody else, they would lose their prize. I have yet to hear from you, Matt. So hopefully that happens soon. But anyway, hope you are doing well. Completely forgot. Yeah. I can assure you, I know the feeling. There's been a lot of family and life and other things going on. I encourage you, Matt. I love you, man. Stop what you're doing and message me. Like that way I can get that out. Preferably this week. But anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Little update on our situation. I will do an update. I don't think anything's going to change, but I did get the job. They did change the offer. And the new offer is something I was very comfortable with. I was actually surprised with their comeback offer being as good as it was. So I happily accepted, and effective August 18th, I will start the new job. So the new job is going to be a dual studio manager, photo studio manager, at essentially Photography by JCPenney's, which is actually Lifetouch. A lot of people don't realize and understand that, like Sears wasn't Sears Portrait Studio. It was CPI Industries. Picture People was not Picture People. Well, originally it was Picture People, and then Hallmark bought it out. So it was owned by Hallmark, and then I think they changed, and then they eventually went under. But Photography by JCPenney's or JCPenney's Portraits, they keep changing their name, it doesn't really have anything to do with pennies other than the namesake and it being in their stores. And some of the locations are actually not in a Penny's store. But yeah, so it's actually Lifetouch, which actually Lifetouch is now owned by Shutterfly. So they came back with an acceptable offer. I accepted, and effective August 18th, I will start that new job and start the training for that new job. So where does that leave the stream? So where that leaves the stream is at this point, I don't think anything's going to change. I start the 18th, but the 20th, which is that Wednesday, I have off. So nothing changes there, unless they change it last minute, which could very well be the case. And then, because I'm actually running two different portrait studios, one's going to be in Redlands, the other is going to be in Moreno Valley. I have to juggle my schedule between the two. And as of right now, each are only open. They're not open 7 days. So Redlands is open 5 days. Moreno Valley is open only 4 days a week. So I will be juggling that schedule, but Tuesdays and Wednesdays are probably going to be my typical days off, unless I especially or specifically request certain days off. Now, during peak seasons, like, the Christmas holiday season, the Easter holiday season, that is when, things really ramp up and the studios are open 7 days. And I'll have a little, it sounds weird, but I'll have a little bit of more freedom. Because that's the thing. So when the studios are open 5 days, I don't have freedom to really change the schedule. Because, I'm a full-time employee. You work 5 days a week. Well, if the studio is only open 5 days, well, then I'm working the 5 days that it's open, and I have the 2 days off that it's closed. When I'm working with 2 different studios, I have to, bounce to one. And again, that's only open 4 days, so I'm limited, but it's still only the same, if that all makes sense. But anyways, so yeah, that is definitely a positive. On the negative, so last week, we had to take both, the white car and my wife's car in to get their tires done. We had gone out, and the white car. So I technically have 2 cars. I have what I call the white car. It's a Chrysler 200. It's my around town car, because I have my second car is my truck. And of course that is a gas guzzler. So, I don't really drive the truck all that much. I usually designate my truck to, when I do photo bookings, events and stuff like that, because hey, Draco, how's it going? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Oh, let me make sure I have points. But anyway, so, I gotta clear. Okay, Matt gets dropped down to 1 point. G Monkey has 1 point, and everybody else has 0. Other than Draco. I will add Draco's point. Sorry, if I don't do it now, I will mess up. Okay. Sweet. Okay, so we took both cars in because we walked out there. The white car had a flat. We know that we need to switch out the tires and get new ones, but finances and all that. So what I ended up doing is, so we had our appointments, we took the cars in, and turns out on my wife's car, the metal is showing on the tire. So for those of you that don't know how a tire works or how a tire is made, let me get a tire. Well, and yes, Lego is the largest producers of tires on the planet, and that is a true fact. But, so here's your tire. There's your tire. So, there's an inner layer to the tire, and there's an outer layer to the tire. Outer layer of the tire is tread, right? So how a tire works is the inner layer is made up of the rubber for the tire and a lining of wires. Basically keeps all of the tread together. So it's like a web of metal that goes around the tire itself. And then on top of that is the outer layer, which is the tread. So that metal was actually shown, like protruding out. So essentially what happens is tire places, the moment they see that, they can't service the car at all, or that tire at all. So they take the tire off the car and they say, now we can't touch it. The only thing that we can do is put it in your trunk, if that's where you want it, and then put the donut on. So my wife had that happen. So we ended up ordering 2 new tires because the second tire, it was kind of similar. And so $700 later, which was out of my Lego money, and I'll explain that later. So that was a little fun. Tire replacements are not fun. No. So we had to replace those. Luckily, they were able to get them in within the next day. They had to order them. Now, on the white car, the 2 front tires actually do need to be replaced, but they're not crazy serious. So I will get those replaced soon. So yeah, so that happened. But when they tried to put the donut back on my wife's car, they broke the winch. Because on my wife's car, the donut is basically like hanging underneath the car, and that's where it's stored. And then when you need it, you crank the winch down, it lowers, and you pull it out, you unhook it, and then you can put the donut on. Well, somehow they broke that winch system. And that's going to be fun because now, my wife starts work Thursday. And so now they know they're in the wrong. They're like, we will fix it. We'll take care of it. Don't worry. And then the insurance company calls us and says, you, telling my wife, have to go out and get the quote. You have to go out and do all of the work and then, or not all of the work, but all of the stuff to submit to us, and then we will approve it and pay for it. So my wife's like, when do I have time to do all this shit? Like, and as you guys know, I live out in the middle of nowhere, so that's fun. But anyway, so just a minute. Okay. Hold on. I need to run into the house real quick. My deepest apologies. Something just got messaged to me. It wasn't Matt. Let me just confirm. I did get Matt's message, but real quick because I need to go in.
Hey, Brixheads, Scott with 36 Brix here, and this.
Okay, sorry about that. So yeah. So we had to kind of rush to get the tires done as well, because Saturday, as I've mentioned to you guys before, Saturday was our Lego, our basically our pick a brick Lego store adventure. And then that following Sunday, we had the Bricks and Minifigures adventure. So, um, so we needed that car. So, hope you guys are still with me. I apologize that, like I said, something came up. I had to rush into the house. Anyway, all is good. No worries. But yeah, so we needed that car, because to drive around. And oh yeah, I forgot that's when you were doing that. Yeah, so and that was fun. I will have at least one video. I'm contemplating whether or not I will be dividing it into two videos. The reason why is because we did end up hitting all 7 Lego stores in the LA, OC, and San Bernardino counties on Saturday. So we made it to all the studios or all the stores. The last store we made it within an hour of what's it called, store closing. And we kind of changed and had a couple detours here and there that affected the trip, but ultimately we hit all of the stores. So that was a lot of fun. With so that's the reason why I might change it up to 2 is because, quite frankly, it was a lot of footage. I mean, you figure even if I did 5 minutes per store of footage, 7 stores, that's 35-minute video. Bricks and Minifigures, we were so tired that we actually only hit 3 stores. Our mindset was 4 stores, but we realized because we had adjusted things and got home so late, I didn't realize the 4th store was closed. So we were like, oh crap, okay, so we're not going to go to that store. And they were closed on Sundays, which is weird for me, because obviously Saturdays and Sundays, like Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, to me are going to be your busiest days of business when it comes to retail. And so to have a Sunday off, or closed, just seems weird to me. But that's their business. So anyway, so that's been what essentially has been going on. In addition to that, we've had a couple other things. Like Monday, we had to go down to my wife's classroom and get her classroom all situated. And because she starts on Thursday, but she doesn't get kids until Monday. Yeah. So, and then we have, looks like we're going to have an adventure on this weekend as well, and all of that kind of fun stuff. So, that's what I got. So how's everybody else doing? That's kind of an update on everything here. I did have to switch things around on my table. I know it doesn't look like it, but I moved the table that was behind this. Oh, that was the other thing. So my mom is officially moving in with us. She's taking over the in-house office. That's going to be her room. So I've had to change, like I've had to clean out that room completely. I mean, because that was our office, our in-house office. So that's being changed, or that got changed out and cleaned out. So now we've been figuring out, okay, well, where does those desks go? Where does where do those computer monitors go? All of that stuff. So that's still in process too. So anyway, what are we here for? We're here for Lego, right? Enough of that crap. So let's see. Oh, and then my daughter had summer school. So we were working through that transition. Okay, so Lego! Okay, so fun stuff here. So I fast forwarded it a little bit. And I actually finished these. So when I last saw you, I had these two sections here done. I think I may have had a third section done. Can't really remember, but it was like I think I finished bag 16. I'm now technically on bag 22. Now, the reason why I did that is because, quite frankly, it is the same thing over and over again for bags like 16 through 22. So these are the arches. Now, here's the thing that I did notice. So I will be putting these on. Now, when I rated I can't remember who I rated into last time, but when I rated into them, they did tell me that there is a trick to getting all these pieces together, because it was at least very difficult for her to put them together just with two hands. So there is a trick, but I didn't want spoilers. I wanted to figure it out. So that is why, so that is the situation. Lady McBrick, I believe, is the person. So anyway, maybe not. I'm not sure. Anyway, so because it was so repetitive, I just figured to burn through them real quick, and I had to change things up. But the one thing I will say is it doesn't tell you. So if you know, so these pieces right here are garage door glass pieces or trans clear pieces, and they're typically used for garage doors. One side is smooth, the other side is textured. And it doesn't actually tell you which side to use. So that is actually something that you have to determine on your own. You get to choose. So I've made the choice to have the smooth side in and the textured side out. Love the garage door pieces. Glad they continue to make those even today. Absolutely. I love them as well. And I love the fact that they're using them more and more for non-garage pieces. I mean, in Assembly Square, they use them as a curved front window for the cake shop. So I love the fact that they're using those more and more. They're great pieces. So that kind of gives you an idea of what, and they make them in multiple colors. They make them in trans clear, trans blue. Those are the two. They obviously solid colors. I've seen them in black. I've seen them in white. I've seen them in gray. I'm not exactly sure above and beyond that, but that is what I have seen. And most of the time, the bottom piece has a little nub so that it's like the door, the piece that goes up and down and all that. But anyway, so that is what we're kind of looking at today. Nub. Betty Nubs. Ugh. So yeah, so this is what we're looking at. So the weird part about these, as of right now, is these bottom parts are connected, but like this actually, at this point can go like this. The cool part about it is, like, I would love to see if they can make, like, I mean, you could easily make a dome. I think this would be cool as, like, a stadium dome or something like that. Um, I don't know. I don't necessarily know how to do it, but I mean, you have something along those lines. But anyway, so at this point, they're like this, and I need to find my brain. No. Okay. So this is where we're at. So this is the next step. That'll be an impossible task. I know. Shut up. Window capture. Okay, so to give you a point of reference on where I'm at, this is where we're at. So I am currently going to be in the process of connecting all of this to the top part of this. Well, the bottom part, I should say. So that is the task at hand. And that is hopefully what we will be doing. So, not exactly sure. Again, I think that this is what she was referring to when it comes to the trick and all of that. So, I'm going to start the process here. I can see where she's coming from as far as saying, like, because these pieces are not together, I can see where it might be a little tricky, but we'll see how it goes. And there's nothing to grab onto. It would almost be better if they're not connected. To be honest. And instead of trying to connect them all at once, like they're connected, you just connect them later. Huh. Is there... Okay, that's in. Um... Oh, that's not lined up correctly. Right? How is this supposed to... Okay, hold on. Okay, so I think, to be honest, I think this is an error on the designer's uh because so this is what's happening. So let me switch. This is what's happening. So as I try to put all of these sections on, if you didn't line this or this top section up properly, all of this is going to crumble. And because you have to put it on individually, it's going to crumble anyway. So there's like multiple ways that this is going to crumble apart, and you have to hold this. Well, at least for me, I have to hold this like this in order to have the appropriate strength and all of that to pop it on. But as I look underneath, these side pieces that hook on have to go down one. But in the instructions, I actually did that multiple times to where it was down the one where it was supposed to, but then it didn't line up properly. So I think that's an error on the designer's part. So I actually have to take all this pseudo apart, which it's easily, I mean, it's already kind of done because it's crumbling. So I'm going to do it how I'm actually going to take this apart and I'm going to disassemble it and assemble it how the designer should have actually made the assembly process. So, this came apart, so I want to do that, and then this is going to be fun because now those can't come out. Okay, I will deal with that later. Okay, so we're going to put that down, put that back on, switch. Okay, so like I said, these started to fall apart. So essentially, what this has to do is this, I believe, was on correctly, but I will assemble this stage by stage instead of, because so the part of the problem is if you look at this, these separate. They're not popped together in any kind of way. They connect on this piece here. So as you're trying to put it off, like you're putting this in here and then this separates and then these separate and it becomes difficult. So that's where I believe the designer didn't do that well. So let's do it how I think it should be assembled. in hopefully what would be a better way. So we pop this on. This still needs to go down. Which means we have to disassemble Johnny 5. Okay. So what's everybody been up to? Oh, that's not supposed to. Hey, Matt, are you still around? I was going to ask you, did you feel have you been feeling the earthquakes on your side? Because they've been saying that, that you like New Jersey and New York and all that, they've been having a lot of earthquakes. And it's interesting because so have we. And I know you're a distance away from New York, but I was curious as to if there was one reported near NYC last week, didn't feel a thing. Okay. So we are feeling them. In fact, we had 3.0s last night. All in different areas, but I think I felt one of them, but then I was asleep for the other two. But I think they were like so close together, I don't even know. I might not have felt them the way I thought, but okay, so that's now reassembled. And then we're going to take this and assemble it like assemble it this way. Let's see, they connect. There's clips on the bottom here that they're supposed to connect to, which makes it even more difficult. There we go. Okay. So, a lot easier to assemble it this way so far. Just going to say that right now. Now, the bad part about it is that if I set this down, this is going to create a lot of pressure, and I don't like that. So, can we set that like that? We're going to set that like that. So, it's like upright, like that. We're going to set that for there now. That way I can, again, disassemble Johnny 5 and assemble these correctly. Okay, so that comes off. And this needs to come down one. Okay. Which is not a big deal. I mean, especially since I'm kind of used to it at this point. All right, so very easy. But yeah, going back to that. Yeah, so we've had a few earthquakes recently, but like I said, I wait for the entire thing to break, right? I'm actually doing fairly good, thank you very much. Somebody doesn't want their prize. Okay. So this is going to connect like this. Wow, that was recorded live here too. Okay, so there's that. And then these go here. I honestly think this is a better way of assembling this. I really do. Um, be right back. Okay. Okay. Okay, back. All right, cool. Yeah, I really do feel like this is a better way of assembling it. It makes it much easier. Um, I no offense to the designer, I love this build, but I think this might have been a case where maybe the designer had built the build, uh, but didn't build it using the instructions, and like potentially didn't test out the instructions. But I'm not sure. Or they just knew a trick that isn't shared, which could very well be. And that might be where Lady McBrick was talking about. Possibly. A lot of Reworkable are studio designs that I didn't think people actually try building for reals. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, they could have built it and then had to backwards design it on Stud.io because they had to submit. And I think that's what happens because I feel like most builders like to build without using software. I mean, yeah, the software is easier. The software is, obviously it has more access to more parts and all that kind of jazz. There's definitely some pros and cons to both. But uh I mean, the way I'm doing it, you can clearly see it's at least way easier for me. And since I know that I mean, Lady McBrick said that she had issues. There's probably a bunch of people out there that had issues as well. Uh, Hold on. Tough to say here from what I understand. The BDP program doesn't undergo quite the same rigorous standards of building checks that Lego idea submissions do. Correct. Correct. But that's the thing. So like with the Lego ideas sets, Lego steps in and actually takes what the designer did and adapts it to their system. So yes, there is a rigorous checks and balances system versus the Lego Bricklink Designer Program. They just kind of said, "Hey, uh, it is what it is. Understand that it is what it is." Okay, it looks like I did this one completely right. So I don't have to really take anything apart other than these pieces here. And like I said, I mean, I personally think the way I'm doing it is the best way to go. Is that better or is that a better view? Maybe that's a better view. Yeah, that other than people or minifigures flying all over the place. Yeah, I personally feel like this is a much better way to assemble this. Yeah, I mean, it's still a pain in the butt, but Lego, a pain in the butt. No! Okay. Okay, that one was way easier. It also doesn't help that I have like gorilla hands. Ah. Oh, well, too bad there's not a gorilla emote, right? There's a banana emote, right? Or is that not a thing? I don't know much about emotes. Nah, you know good and well you don't have to worry about spelling. Not but this close. No, but this close. Don't think there's a Twitch one. If someone has a custom banana, I don't have it. Okay, so voila, that's done. Hold on, that sounds super close. Okay. Of course, G Monkey would have bananas. Just saying. Subbed to Eclipse just to get emotes. That's funny. Hey, Mike, how's it going, my friend? Good to see ya. Get you a point. Okay. Well, I'm still missing. Ah, there it is. Okay. I'm just kind of making sure these are all good. Hey, Mapping the Miles. Hey, Dave. How's it going, my friend? Good to see you. You get a point. Hope you are doing well. Doing good. Chilling in the basement this morning. Taking off for Knoxville in a couple days, couple hours. Chilling in the basement. Puts lotion on the skin. Uh, sorry, my bad. Uh, I figured you were already gone. What's it? So what's in Knoxville? Are you doing like an event? Oh, there we go. Are you doing like an event or something? Or are you going for work? Or are you going for play? Okay, so we got this done. All right, let's see what it says to do now. Oh, so now we put the whole thing on top. This is going to be fun. My daughter has a college application seminar this morning. Um, then we're heading there to tour the University of Tennessee. Very cool. Congratulations on that. Okay. This goes one over. Yeah, Dave's daughter wants to be as far away from St. Louis can be, apparently. And she also told me her new dream job is to be a NASCAR tire change crew. I mean, where did this? How does this sit on here? Just like, ooh, that's neat. I I feel like, hold on. Sounds like you raised an amazing daughter. I feel like the longevity of that career is pretty short. Does it pay well? What is the career path for that? That job is Dirty Dave. LOL, having watched NASCAR from '96 to the mid 2010s. I'd say I don't know where she gets this from, but my dad seems to have reincarnated a bit into both of my kids. So she wants to be she wants to be on a NASCAR tire change crew. Oh, hey, Disco Duck, how's it going? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I have no idea. I just learned of this an hour ago. Okay, so let's break this down. So, being on a tire change crew. So, as far as longevity, I mean, if you're good at that, I mean, I don't think that that's a job that would go away, right? I mean, can they automate that without a person? I mean, I don't think they can. The logistics of going over the railing, jumping over the railing, switching out the tires, and then jumping back over the railing, to have a computerized arm that does that would go over like the entire car and it be safe, especially when cars are zooming in and out of the pit. I think that's I don't know that that's something a robot could do in its place. The job doesn't go away, but your skills do. There's a reason you don't see 50-year-old olds doing it. Well, I guess the question would be, are you paying that much attention to the pit crew to know there are not 50-year-olds doing it? According to Google, that only pays about $30K. That's shocking, though. Because I mean, assuming it's individual based, just like most jobs, $30K isn't a whole lot, and like with NASCAR, you have to travel. That probably the $30K does not include like the travel reimbursement and all the travel perks. Top earners on the crew can get up to $100K though. Woke up to crew chief, sit on top of the pit and make all the calls to fix the car. Crew chief 100%. Right. I mean, so I mean, I don't know. 30 grand does not seem reasonable because I mean, here in California where McDonald's workers get paid $20 an hour, I mean, $20 an hour times, I mean, essentially if you're getting $20 an hour, that essentially means you're making 40,000 a year without paying taxes and stuff. That's not your take home, that's your net, right? No, your gross. I keep getting them too mixed up. So, but I mean, are you, as a pit crew member, are you working, full time? Like 40 hours a week, all of that? Like, I don't know. Gross is the good number. Net is the bad number. Yeah, so gross is before taxes and shit. Net is after. Okay, so this is put together. God, this looks so fucking amazing. Okay. So there's all right. Bag 22. Hey, everyone's favorite hero. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Hope you are doing well. We just put the top on this girl. We just put the top on this girl. um I mean, yeah, I don't know. Longevity wise, I could see it going 20 years. I mean, she's 18, right? 19, 17, 18, 19. I mean, I don't know if I'm being honest. That kind of job, I don't see as a job that requires a college career path. But I mean, I don't know. She probably wants to do that to be around Dodge Challengers, if they're even still around NASCAR at the moment. But I mean, I can see where, like, I don't know. I mean, I can see where it would be appealing. I mean, you good travel because they've got to travel all over the U.S., right? I don't know if NASCAR is outside the country. Okay, I don't think I need this for now, so I'm gonna move this back over to where I had it. Okay. Yes. I mean, hey. I mean, you can only guide your kids, right? Like you can't, if that's what she wants to do, you can only give advice. Right? If it was my kid, I would say go for it after you get your college degree. Speaking of the devil, she just called. What is she calling for? Is she going to change her mind? Haven't watched it in a while, but I think all the cars are 90% of the same, just with different stickers to make them look like Chevy, Ford, Toyota. Mopar is out of no NASCAR. Last I checked, ads. Yeah, NASCAR mandates basically the same design, more or less, and it's a under the hood where some of the differences. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I mean because they have to all have the same. I'm sure they have to be under or a certain weight. I'm sure that they have to be a certain. Um, obviously they'd have to have certain safety parameters, the roll cages, all of that. Universal, wait, is to had a NASCAR course. Don't know if they still do. What are we talking about? Working for a NASCAR team? Yeah, so Dave has said that his daughter wants her career goal at this point is to, in ads. Apparently now wants to be be on a NASCAR team tire changer. Doing jobs like that, anything with a short-term longevity, you can start without a college path, but need to be willing to get a degree as you work later. Need to be thinking what's after. Okay, back. Yes, working on a pit crew at a team. I would personally, what I was saying is I would personally advise her, if it was my daughter, because you guys know, I have 2 daughters myself. If either one of my daughters said, "Hey, Dad, I want to be on a NASCAR pit crew," I would say, that sounds like a fun job. Get your degree first. That is not a job that you would need a degree. I would assume that just to do that particular job, I don't know that you would need a degree for it, but I would say, hey, get your degree in like automotive mechanics. That way you have somewhere to go. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 7. You have a potential career path. So, because I don't know, do the pit crews, pit chiefs, need a degree? Like, I don't know, but mechanical engineering, yeah. So yeah, college first, then do what your heart's desire. Yeah, because that's the one thing I will say. I don't like saying regret, but at the same time, it is, I guess, technically a regret that I didn't finish college, because it did, especially in current society, because we were just talking about this before. It's like it used to be where college diploma was acceptable but preferred an AA, depending on the career. Then it became AA was acceptable but prefer a bachelor's. Peak physical performance if she's changing tires. Absolutely. Now it's bachelor's. We require bachelor's but prefer a master's, and in some cases, we will take a master's but prefer a doctorate. So, do I think that's likely the same career as this? No. Or same situation as this, but I mean, I don't know. So I would strongly suggest, hey, college first, get your mechanical engineering, degree, if that's the career path you want. And then from there, do that job to get you in the door. And then as you progress in that career, maybe you want to do something above and beyond. Yeah, she said she's going to start strength training. Yeah. CrossFit. Tell her to do CrossFit. Because in CrossFit, they move those tires, right? So yeah, I would suggest CrossFit because they do those tires and shit all the time. But I mean, who knows? That could open her up to she start working for. Oh yeah. There's a CrossFit gym down the street, and they have some giant tires sitting out front. Yeah, I mean if she needs an entry level job, have her work at Schwab. Yeah, I mean there you go. Schwab tires, All American Tires, all of those places. That would be good. I mean if a tire changer on a pit crew only makes 30,000 a year, I'm sure she'd actually get paid, even as a entry level position, more than she would on that pit crew. I mean, she'd get paid more at Schwab Tires than on that pit crew, but I mean, I don't know. It's too late. But I mean, at least she knows or has an idea of what she wants to do. My oldest, she's sophomore in high school. She has known what she's wanted to do. Excuse me. Since 6th grade. My youngest, she will be in 8th grade this year. She still has no idea. Yeah, I locked into mapping in 3rd grade. I mean, and that's fine. Some people, they don't know. Some people do. I know I switched career paths a couple times. I mean, at one point I wanted to be a video game designer or a graphic artist, and then a PE teacher. I kind of fell into photography, and then I always joke and say I fell into photography and never got up. But I mean, that's kind of what happened with me. But I mean, sometimes you go through multiple career paths. I mean, look at me. Like, I'm going back to my roots. I started off as a studio manager, and I am now going to be returning to that. So, decided on teaching in elementary school, went all the way through a master's degree, did it for 1 year, and here I am into IT. I mean, and we, especially the teaching industry right now, uh, a lot of teachers, they literally go through all of the hoops to become a teacher, and then within the first couple of years, exit out. So I totally get it. They get frustrated because of the workload. They get frustrated because of the pay. I mean, my wife's a teacher, so I mean, I know. I mean, and she's been through some stuff. I mean, when she first got hired into this school district she's in right now, like she got hired in at or on 1 year or the first year, and then it was like 2 weeks into the school year of the second year, they decided that they were going to change her and move her to a completely different school. So I mean, we had already done up her room. She already had everything all situated. She actually already had kids that she was starting to teach. And then they uprooted her and switched her to a different school. Now, in hindsight, that was the best thing that she'd ever done. She could have ever done. But at the time, I mean, we were pissed. Like, and I mean, and we all like we had different experiences. Like our friend at the time, Tara, she got like basically right out of college, she got a job, and she has been in that school district for that job for 20 years now. um, versus my wife jumped like 5 different school districts before she got solidified and tenured. I mean, and it's not a happy process. What? Okay. This must be. And this was 30 years ago, even. Oh, wait, I can understand why. Hold on. Oh my God, there are so many teachers in my family, both my parents, my aunt, my uncle, like 5 of my cousins. So many get togethers turned into bitch sessions about administration. Well, and then that's the thing. I mean, you know, shit rolls downhill, right? So is it really admin or is it like the aboves? You know what I mean? I mean, because there's a lot of stuff that her principal does, and then it's like, it's not even her principal, it's just the principal's the middle person. Like, they're just doing what they're told. And then even that person above that is just doing what they're told. Like, and it's just the trickle down effect. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Teaching is a good job. It is a really good job. The pay isn't all of that great. The uh you know uh at this point there's very little um the gratitude isn't there. The fulfillment is there because you have, you work with kids and you or help mold kids or what have you and all this stuff, but I mean the respect isn't there. Like it's hard, it's difficult. I mean, I remember when I was growing up, man, if you disrespected a teacher, holy hell, man, you were in trouble. Now it's like you disrespect a teacher, parents are like, well, what did you do to my kid? The retirement at least used to be the saving grace. Both of my parents retired 20 years ago and make as much as I do sitting on their butts. It used to be. Well, I mean, and that's the thing too. Like, so teachers, like back in the day, it was like, okay, if you became a teacher, once you got tenured, your student debt was cleared because you're doing. I mean, teaching is a community service. So they were like, well, as an incentive, we're going to, clear your student debt. At least it was here. And now that's, I mean, they'd laugh at you. Um, so that's not a thing. And then, yeah, the retirement plan used to be very good. I was talking to Nicole, my wife, just about it just the other day. Like when it used to be when she retires, um, like if you or when you retired after 20 years, you would retire making the same amount of money that you did as a teacher in retirement. There isn't like you don't get Social Security as a teacher. You don't pay into it. They have their own retirement program, which is great. But now it's like it's not like that anymore. Like there's still that's why you see a lot of teachers, retired teachers, they'll substitute teach. Um in addition to their pensions. And now some of them, I mean, they'll roll their retirement into, Roth IRAs or whatever, and be fine, but most of them don't. They still have to they'll have to sub or whatever. Well, it's not a local or a state thing. It was pretty much a federal thing with the loan forgiveness. Mine got cleared off just over a year ago because my work classified as public service. My mom said my 8th grade history teacher is still subbing in her mid to upper 70s. Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about like Matt, when I'm talking about like the loan forgiveness and stuff like that, I'm talking about 40 years ago, 50 years ago, when teachers got tenured. Part of the tenure package was we are going to pay off your student loans. The district is going to step in and pay off those student loans. I'm not talking about uh, the government stuff that happened a couple years ago. I'm not talking about that. I don't want to get into politics a whole lot, but yeah, I'm not talking about it. Districts can't afford that. Well, yeah, they can't afford it now. But they used to be able to afford that. They used to be able to do that for their teachers. I mean, I had a buddy, Dan, who like that's what they offered him. All right, you're all gotta go. Gotta head to work. No worries. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you, buddy. Back when you could go to college for the price of a car instead of a hold on, you guys are instead of a house. Right. Yeah, that's why teachers need to pursue PSLF just like I got. What's PSLF? Enjoy your stream, mate. Again, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Take care. Bye, friendios. Google it. I'm streaming. But no, yeah, like 40, 50 years ago. So what I was saying is, my buddy Dan, he got a criminology degree, and he was offered a job as a police officer. And part of the package that he was offered was that they would, after I think it was 5 years on the force, they paid off his student loans. But yeah, I mean they don't really do that anymore. That's never stopped you from looking things up before. That is true. Public service loan forgiveness, I'm guessing, and that's been around longer than COVID loan pausing forgiveness. Yeah, it has been around for quite a while as I understand it. Okay. Well, I mean, my wife with the last administration, she got her her stuff forgiven, so we don't have to do that. But I mean, it is something that, like, obviously we have to have, or we are concerned about, because, like, I mean, COVID hit my business hardcore. So, like, we don't have college money for our daughters. They're going to have to take out student loans. They're going to have to work. They're going to have to not just earn it, but really earn it. I mean, some people have, like, they're going to have to file for fee waivers and for financial aid and all of that. But Caitlin is home now, so I think we're going to pack up and head out. Good seeing you. Good seeing you, Dave. Appreciate you being here. It really does mean a lot. Hopefully you have a fun and safe trip. But I mean, now college education uh is ridiculous. I mean, walking out of college with $200,000 worth of student loan debt is insane. But that's what's happening. Yes, it is. I mean, you're talking about, you know, probably not including living expenses and stuff. College education for a 4-year university is around $50,000 a year. I mean, so you're talking about a 4-year, 4 years of education. That's, that's $200,000 right there, not including room and board. And I've told, look, I've told both my daughters, look, I want you guys to go to college where you want to go, what suits your careers, and all of that. Keep in mind that you guys will have to get a job. You guys will have to work hard, not only education wise, but to have that education. But in addition to that, like, as much as we want the best for you, if you stay local, their bedroom is still going to be their bedroom. Shit. So they will have essentially free room and board. So but that's the thing. We're also in Southern California. So there's a lot of schools that they can go to that are local. I'm trying to limit Kay to schools where she can get in state rates. A couple of the schools we've looked at will waive the out-of-state difference if your grades are high enough. That's awesome. Yeah, we're in Southern California. So, name the school and it's here. Every major city in Southern California, just about every major city in Southern California has a college. Most of them, like most cities down here, have community colleges, and most of them have, a lot of them have 4-year colleges or universities. So but we're the exception, right? We're not the rule. It's taking too long. Because we have a lot of Cal Polys, we have a lot of USC, UCLA, San Diego, Cal Poly Pomona, Chaffey, Azusa Pacific, Um, I mean, there's a lot of schools here in Southern California. So they do, and my oldest, Rebecca, she has really good grades, and she will graduate with more units than she will need to graduate because she's going to take summer school 3 of the 4 years, plus the first 2. Like last year she took 7 periods. This year she'll take 7 periods, and then her junior and senior year she will take 6, unless she gets into like additional classes, like because they really push the dual enrollment programs. So there's a chance that she could graduate high school with her AA, or at least pretty close to it, but we'll see. Definitely perks of being out there, but I'm in ads, so I'm really leaving now. Mike is back. Just says hello there. Oh man, Matt, watching a movie? How are you? I am good. I am good. Matt, are you still with me? That is a perfect rendition of you. I gotta show this. It came across my feed just a second ago as I was checking something. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, I made that recently. That is cool. You drew that? You made that? How'd you make that? All right, so I'm gonna shameless plug on Matt. Matt posted, "Friends and family, I am participating in a massive charity event once again this year for Stand Up to Cancer, along with over 100 other content creators on Twitch, etc. I've set a goal of hitting $500 for my own particular campaign, and the larger team goal is to hit $100,000. That's awesome. Plus, from August 6th to August 16th, if anyone out there is able to help contribute towards my campaign and the larger goal, I'd super appreciate it. Here's my particular campaign donation link. Thanks so much for consideration. Apologies that I may spam this out over multiple days throughout the next 10 days or so, but it's for a worthy cause. I'm fundraising this year. I am raising money for Stand Up for Cancer with Stand Up Builders stream team. You can catch myself and streams and the stream team all over Twitch and YouTube as we aim as a team to raise over 100,000 US. 6th to 16th, August 2025. Stand up for cancer, up to us. So there you go. Took an existing pic and AI'd it to cartoon me. Nice. Did you use a program? Okay, so we have this. In the city, country, mountains or sea, wherever you are, baby, that's where I want to be. All around the world, but you'll always be. You guys can't hear the music, right? There ain't no place, ain't no place like you. There ain't no place, ain't no place like you. I hear a little something in background, but can't tell what it really is. Okay. All right. So we have this section done. And then we are on to the last bags. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry about that.
like the song? That's the perfect way.
All right. Last series of bags.
He's walking.
Matt's like, it's about damn time. Plays the It's Been 84 Years Titanic theme.
Never any celebration, baby. The travel show a dedication.
I mean, but here's the thing. If you really look at it, Matt, to be honest, it probably would have taken you the same amount of time. Because you're talking about, so there's 23 numbered bags, but each numbered bag had two to three bags of parts, and I'm not talking baby bags in that doesn't include that. I'm talking about like there were like three, like this one, there was 3 bags of bag 23. So I mean, I probably took a little longer, but oh, no idea how long it would have taken, though I do kind of wish now I had been able to get that more recent Brick Cross station BDP. I'm pretty sure the Redlands Bricks and Minifigures store had it. So, I mean, you can always get it. It's going to be a lot more money, but you probably would be better off just like parting it out, to be honest. It's probably going to be cheaper.
You can live in those places and say the I'm happy nation. I never had a celebration, baby. It's how we show our dedication.
I'm not like going to go crazy about it, just some regret I didn't before, but not end of the world. Yeah. I was talking to somebody, I was talking to the manager of Bricks and Minifigures Ontario about that, where I kind of wish I had gotten what? Pause. That's weird. I'll redo that one. I kind of wish I had gotten the Lego Store Bricklink Designer Program set But then, like, looking at it, it is very contemporary. So I don't know if I would have like built it and then not liked it. I probably have the parts to build it or pretty close. But I'm just not sure if it would be too contemporary. I mean, some of my buildings, obviously Avengers Tower, Daily Bugle, and a couple others are fairly contemporary, but so I'm not really sure, but like looking back, that would have been a really good set to have. And I could still part it out. I'm sure I have all the parts. I don't think I would have had to, or I would have to um go crazy or too crazy on it. That and out of scale with other modulars for my liking. How is it out of scale? What is out of scale?
I never really celebration, baby. It's how we show our dedication. The boys in the place. The boys in the place. You wasn't pissed. The boys in the place. Let's go back to the beginning. BBC, BSB, B2K, 1D, 98 degrees, come and talk to me, show the secret fever, to town, to town, town, can't be so very going, come and get no time. Have to catch you. Peace, and let's go. JLS, PTF, Sly Jackson, sing, fake, out. You, can't ask more. Scientific generations haven't had one. Divide of populations only lead to one. How it can be even more. You can hear them going crazy. The city out in heaven's hatred.
Big doors and 3-story parts wall, but building itself only 1 floor. Ah, I gotcha. I see what you mean. Hello, hello. It did seem a bit too much. Brick Click Snap, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Hope you are doing well. It's been a while, but hey. How have you been? Again, thank you for being here. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Ah, yes, Brickman Mosaic. So, man, it has been a good minute. How you been, bro? Man, BCS, man, the land is like really, really pushing mosaics right now. And we were looking at doing mosaics like for community projects and stuff like that for our lug. Sorry, Matt. And I didn't realize how expensive mosaics were. It's nuts, man. Let have a chance. Oh, so crazy. Lugs. No, but so Matt, my conversation is actually geared more towards mosaics than anything else. I mean, the back plates I get, like those are like $3 or $4 each, and if you're multiplying that by like a 10 by 10 mosaic, well, like that's $300 or $400 right there. And then on top of that, you need all the 1x1 studs, which, or 1x1 bricks, 1x1 plates, 1x1 tiles, whether it's square plates, square tiles, square or round plates, round tiles, like. And the bigger you go, the better it looks. Man, it's crazy how expensive it is. It is insane.
Just seems to grow with time. There's no use looking back. Come on, baby. Now we could be now. Oh, trying to be all this and no, but still I can't find ways to let you go. I never had a dream come true. Till the day that I no truth.
All right, I need 4 of those. Matt, you should do a mosaic of your cartoon. That'd be cool. Put that in the back, put Brooks Bricks, start some merch, man, I can make your shirts for you. I can give you a good deal. I do t-shirts myself, bud. I got a merch store. I see how it is. Just can't support me. Can't support the fuck. I don't know what you would call me. The little guy. Hey, I'm the little guy too. Yeah, so us little guys should stick together. Should buy your shirts and merch from me. Of other country branding I have in there. No, I hear you. Okay. I hope that there's a way that they have this set up to even this out a bit better. To where it lines up better. Streaming. I'm finishing up these bags right here. Okay, but can you put these somewhere else? Yes, it's on stream. Okay. Okay. All right, here is where the ornate stuff really comes into play. Okay, so there's one. See in the chimney. Wait, what? Oh. Why wouldn't they have you put these on before you put? Beautiful song. Anyone with both All right, they don't tell you to do this, but I'm going to tell you to do this. All right, put these together first. Yeah, I think that would be better. So,
I don't want just any motherfucker. I don't want my love to go waste. I want you when you're beautiful. So I want the face. You're what I want for. I want you when you're so
I do want to know. You're beautiful. So. I love this chandelier. So here's the start of the chandelier.
don't mind. But it's officially.
Nice technique. Yeah, it really is. The question is, how am I going to figure out how to light it? And this is the bigger piece to it. Like this is the dome that goes on top. And definitely interesting techniques that they've used. Ooh. All right, so we are almost done. We're down to like the last 10 to 15 pieces. And then we will be done. And I will be cutting the stream. My wife needs to get onto the computer. And I have some things on the honeydew list I got to get done. Okay, so damn it. All right. Sorry, I had to pause to see because it launched. Okay, so here we go. Like, that is awesome. Look at that chandelier. He's coming now. Ah. All right. Whoa. Okay, so we are going to interesting. Okay. Okay. Crap. It's a great technique, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. Okay. Okay. All right. So there it is. Gosh, that was stressful. That last little section was stressful. So there you have it. So we have some amazing leftover parts. Pretty excited about that. Not exactly. It doesn't show where these minifigures go. I will just put them on the sides here. I will have to see what. All right, so let's grab this bad boy right here off. And this is, so here's the build. And this is what makes me nervous, is it's just kind of dangling there. There's not really any clutch or anything. But I mean, this is, if you were looking up, this is, I mean, you can see it's really moving. But I'm worried that the chandelier will be knocked by the tram. So let me. Okay. I mean, it does. I have to see about the track, but that's where we're at. So I mean, it wouldn't hit. There's still an inch room, but ultimately, I mean, it should fit theoretically. It just depends on the track. I don't have any track near me right now to add to it to see, but monorail wise, we should be okay. That will definitely be something that we have to look at. All right, so let's give you a tour real quick. This thing is amazing. It is big, because it is, it's 48 by 48. Now I do have it on a 64 by 64, so I will have to build out the sides a little bit. Maybe I'll put some little shops or a newsstand or something like that. But like a little coffee shop. Not exactly sure, but ultimately it looks great. Not sure how easy this will be to take out. Come out really well. Yeah, it did. Not sure exactly how this will easily pop off, especially with this. Probably have to pop this off first and then pop this off so that I can work on the bottom part of the station. But, oh, crap. But yeah. Turned out really well. Now, we will start next stream. We will be taking this apart and seeing what we can do as far as modifying it into a get over here, into a monorail station instead of a train station. It shouldn't be that difficult. I pretty much think all I have to do is take out the track, the railroad track, and then put in the monorail track. So I don't see it being that big of a problem. No, he just built it and he's gonna destroy it. I'm not destroying it, I'm modifying it. All right, so there you have it. The hell? I guess my camera decided to take a break. What did I do to it? It is warm. And now it froze, so okay. All right, so that's what we have, guys. Pretty excited. So stay tuned for the review. I'm gonna, get that done and post about that, and then got some other videos in the works. I just had a random thought looking at that from the side there. I feel like that entire build could also look really good raised up. Absolutely. The one thing I will say about this that I really, really like is most train stations that Lego or anybody has come out with has been where it's a building with the train station outside of it. And I love the fact that the train station or the track goes through the building. And I really, really like that. Because it feels like the train and the tracks are like incorporated into the build more instead of just something that's on the side of the build. And I really like that. All right, guys. So that's it for today. I've got some honeydew stuff that I have to get done. And I need to, plan for this build. I've got a few other videos and stuff that I have to work on and all of that. And it's going to be fun. So thanks for watching. I really do appreciate all the love and support. It really does mean a lot. Again, so far, I don't know that anything's going to change as far as my schedule, but I will do a channel/city update soon. And we'll have some fun. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And we will see you next